It was the end of the Indonesian Confrontation, the 50th year anniversary tour. It's in Sabah, Borneo, as portrayed by the map. We journeyed from Sandakan through to Kandasang, then to Keningau, on to Pandawan, and finally back to Kota Kinabalu, which is the capital of Sabah. Some of the veterans and their wives, myself, Ross and Bob. This is the old style Sandakan and the old houses in the old days. The tour commenced with a dinner at President House, hosted by the municipal chairman, Mr. Thomas Wong. It was a great night and gave a chance for the veterans and the locals to mix together and get to know each other. There's Richard and Ross and Bernadette on the phone. We had a dawn service to commemorate Sandakan Day Memorial. We arrived by bus to the Sandakan Memorial Park, and the party arriving with wreaths, flowers. This is the site of the old POW camp, prisoner of war camp, which housed at one time about 2,700 prisoners of war. Ultimately, at the end, only 6 survived, Australians, who managed to escape, and they were assisted by the locals. Waiting for the ceremony to commence. This is the official party being piped in. At the end of the ceremony, a group photo. A couple of young diggers who were there. High security. The pathway coming in and going out was lined by young people, scouts and other organisations, all very happy, and really a wonderful greeting for the veterans and guests. This is a part of the old relics from the prisoner of war camp. In the back is where they used to power and make for their electricity. There was a morning tea after the service. We journeyed on then to Whaley's Hill, which was named after a veteran. He was Private Alan Quayle, and he was executed by the Japanese on the march. This is Kandasang, and this is the Kinabalu War Memorial, Kandasang, which is an official Australian grave site. Myself with Mount Kinabalu in the background. This was the service. Memory to all Australians who served in Sabah during the confrontation, 1962 to 1966. The veterans. This gentleman, he's retired Thai, and he took it upon himself to look after the gardens, memorial gardens here. It's Thomas, the chairman. This is the gardens, and they're kept in absolutely beautiful condition. This is the names of all those who died on the Death March. John Eddy. There's Abid for short, who wrote the book Keningau, and it was through him that I actually joined the tour, because I was corresponding with him before that. That evening we had a wonderful dinner put on by the Young family, hosted by the Young family. For the veterans, and other citizens who are interested in the history of Keningau. This is the Young family with an Aussie ringing. Norm. Sandy, he was the MC for the evening. The following morning we had a Keningau memorial service, which was very moving. Again, a guard of honour lined up by the local police, scouts, local industry, the military. This was also the site where some local citizens were executed. Rod Bramage, he gave a speech on part of the veterans. We then went out to Pandawan Village. It's 50 years since I was last there. Welcome back, Royal Australian Army Engineers. Thank you for coming to Pandawan number 1. So all the school kids, they had a day off, and the families and the school children, the locals all put on a really amazing production for us. And this lady was a school teacher, and she was 9 when we were last there. Group photo. There's certainly a very, very handsome group of people, the Murits. These are the local Murits, which is a Sabah, one of the Sabah tribes. Drinking tapai, which is the local brew, brewed from tapioca. That evening we had a dinner hosted by Abid's uncle, David, on the left. It was a good night out. The following day, there's a memorial park, which was actually the site of where the road that we put through commenced. So this was the official opening. So that was quite another interesting event while we were there. This is Abid with my book. Jesse and friend signing a book for Sandy. The locals in Keningau take a really big interest in the history of their area. Sandy and Ross, I don't know what she said. Norm, I think he might have won the lottery. And Connie, this is Tom's wife, and Tom was a lieutenant there many years ago. Joanna, and it was a really wonderful day. We went down to another museum. We were presented with an antique blowpipe, mirrored blowpipe. And then it was time to say goodbye. Onto the bus, and there's Roland, our guide. Tom, Abid and myself. And a cheery goodbye and farewell to Sabah and Borneo.